you as young people should be strong in this, that we build, we protect, we preserve our two-age history and heritage. There must be a political consciousness amongst our leaders to want to correct this. And if there is that, then that must move into our curriculum in education.
For the next few weeks, Social is running a competition where you stand a chance to win yourself a voucher worth 750 Rand from House of Vault. All you have to do is watch our show. Towards the end of every show, a simple question will be asked where you stand a chance to win from House of Vault a voucher worth 750 Rand. The first correct comment on our Facebook page or YouTube channel wins themselves a voucher worth 750 Rand from House of Vault. Good luck. Welcome back. I'm still in conversation with Dr. Seth Mazibuko. And Dr. Seth, with all that we've discussed, half of that syllabus, or I'm going to say a quarter of it really.
So we're finished off the first term.
The first term.
So we're going to the second term.
We're going to the second term, okay. Just before the final.
Let's go for it.
How do we preserve our own history, our own heritage as Black people?
Yeah, good question. And
the
that
real one, the undiluted one.
And I was throwing stones on you. And can I now say this to myself? We did something in this country. And I want to apologize to many of you young people. I want to apologize for this. I'm very soft. I can cry now. I hope I'm not. But
No problem.
After 1994, many of the leaders, traditional, community, civic, and all that, and even fathers, left their families, left their communities, left their villages for BEE. And for being MPs. They left a gap where you guys, this knowledge of your history and heritage, they left that space to someone else. They left your heritage to someone else. Science being what it is, where there's a gap, there must be something.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So there's a lot that came in there. That's what diluted you. Now your question. Having said I apologize, to you, as young people, I'm coming back and I'm saying, I would go for Heritage Day on 24th. I would go for it if it was a dialogue or conversation of some of this lost heritage and lost history. I would love to have that dialogue. You know, I'm running an organization called June 16 Development Foundation, and we have young people we call the June 16 Brigade. On that day, yes, we'll be eating morojo and all that, but we want to be relevant to the history and heritage of that day. We are going to have that dialogue. And then I'm so going to be saying to them, document that, protect that history. When you guys got June 16, when you go and drink and dance over death, you know, what we do as these brigades, June 16 brigades, we go to T.S. Machine in his grave, Hector Peterson and Hastings Ndlovu. We even take a quiet walk on the site where the police shot them. To me, that's history and heritage. And we take some of our children to places where they've got to learn, and we have a dialogue and all that. So yes, all I'm saying, we caused it to be what it is. That it was changed that day from what historical day it was, it's not you, it's us. And my apologies. And we've got to correct that. I've got a slogan or whatever that I live with. all the time. And somebody was asking me the other day, why don't you write a book about this in Seth? I say I lived in 3 stone ages. Stone age number 1, it is when I was throwing stones in 1976. And I did it well in me. Goed. Kamaje, isinka sthunya. Wa unkutla na. Kamaje. 2, I went to Robben Island. In Robben Island, I was breaking stones. Stone thrower.
To breaking.
Breaking stone breaker. 3rd one, stone gatherer. 1994 to now. It's time that the stones we were throwing and we're breaking, we should be sitting now, you guys should be now gathering those stones. And part of that is our history and heritage. Gather those stones to build our heritage, to build and to reconcile our history. That's my challenge to you. And my challenge is that your program or whatever you do should be seeking to say, how are we gathering stones to build, if where we need to build or where we need to reconstruct and develop. And it starts with ourselves. And that is why, let me tell you, again, that's our mistake. The history of our people, that must inform in any way our heritage. We're selling it. Do you know that the best interview and the correct facts about the interview, about the day June 16, you can only get it from BBC. I can talk. SABC buys it. From BBC. Your own history. It's like what we're doing with our gold and diamonds. We're selling them and then we bring in them. We do that even with our history. So we are a community. We are a nation as African people that is historyless, heritageless, because we don't have values.
Would you say maybe we would let someone else dictate to us and tell us what our history is?
They very even shape your day, your Heritage Day. They tell you it's the 24th and it's going to stand like this. 21st of March is going to stand like this. And then 16th of December is going to stand like this. And I'm saying June 16 is going to be like this. And they even make you drunk at June 16, so that must forget. I'm waiting for a program like this and activities like this that you guys are holding. That now, the 24, we should be debating this on the day itself. We should be having this dialogue. And our dialogue should be leading us to taking decisions. And those decisions should be leading us to develop concept and all those things. There's nothing wrong in being academic. And there's nothing wrong in, and again, in this country we speak of social cohesion. And we even now adding social compact. And can I tell you, we are not going to achieve that. As long as we have diluted and deleted our history. We are not. Because when I see a white person, I want to know his history and heritage, so that so that when we come together, we can respect certain spaces and we can respect certain things. We have not done that in this country. I don't care. You can go to peace and reconciliation. It has not reconciled us. Am I making sense? All I'm saying, give me the best of our heritage, from our history, from our values as African people, from our arts and culture, the way we dance, the way we do things. Give us that, package it. And don't use Heritage Day on the 24th of
September. Put
another day. And let it be an ongoing conversation. You understand what I'm trying to say? And let be not only conversation, but also, people, I wonder if I can be approached by you, or in Seth Mazibuko, I want to make money out of June 16. But the true June 16, I want to write a book, I want to make money. Then we can talk. Because you are protecting the heritage, June 16, and that history. At the same time, you are using it. We are promoting it so that now it can come out with social and economic development. If our heritage and our history doesn't give us economic and social development and self-love, there's something wrong with it. If it gives us, as you say, self-hate, last point, Basotho, hey, ba re letsang ka matsatsi ana le raper, yeah, Basotho, mo West Rand, akira ba etsa ntweng. And but why do we give it into a particular group and become Basotho? How long have we lived with Basotho? Can I tell you? My surname, part of it, Mona. And I'm told that that Mona actually is somewhere around Lesotho.
Okay.
I'm divorced now to that history and heritage. You understand? Now I must see Lesotho as my enemy.
Yeah.
It's like seeing myself as an enemy to myself. And then I can take it further. All I am saying, guys, is that let's go deep and see some of these things that are still, in small way, an apartheid way of dealing with us.
Yeah.
And that also, and let me say, even our education system doesn't promote our history and heritage, doesn't promote our values and our traditions. It doesn't. Actually, it makes us more white. It makes us more, I don't want to say other things. You understand what I'm trying to say?
No, I get you.
But please, my plea, and that's why I agreed to come here, is that let's just get into a dialogue of really how, as African people, what is it that is our heritage? Okay? And when we understand that, then we can ask white people, what is it that is your heritage? We can ask Indian people, what is it that we can... Then we can put this together and achieve social cohesion.
We know we've been faulted,
Yes.
right? When it comes to our heritage and knowing ourselves and how we celebrate it. How do we remedy all of that moving forward for the next generation?
There must be a political consciousness amongst our leaders to want to correct this. And if there is that, then that must move into our curriculum in education. There must be a concerted effort also from young people to want to receive. Actually, to use my piece again, to want to protect, promote, and preserve our history. The bigger part there is that our young people must be able to promote it. And then when our young people can be saying, thank you, Ntate Seth.
Yes.
Thank you, Mema Mang. Ke wena you taught me, you showed me. Thank you, politicians, that you're protecting this. Then you start, I said, we need to protect it.
Yes.
Then you as young people, you start using, your energy, your technology, even build our economy based on it. Use that to even achieve this social cohesion. I said to you earlier on, the wrong has even damaged. Our ignoring our heritage has made it difficult to get into social cohesion.
How so?
How do you eat le papa ya mohai ka fork and knife? I said to you, the history of the very day and the heritage of the very day is divided by a bridge. And the other part doesn't want to acknowledge the other part. See the tensions?
Yes.
So it is easy for black or African people to take what Europeans and other nations do the other side. And the other people, let me mention this. There's another thing, 11th of September in the US. Bell, quietness, and everything. What happens with us? So all I'm saying is that there need to be political want to.
Okay.
The need want to do it and protect it. The need from our side of the young people, you as young people, the need to want to promote it. And at the level where you are, promote it not and preserve it for even economic and social development. That's your mandate. And in the middle, we need these dialogues. We need these researchers.
Yes.
We need, recently there was the king fighting with the other king. I was happy to hear how the history and the heritage of, the different houses of the king actually was captured. I'm asking you, is this program after this forming part of the dialogue
Yes.
of correcting that?
Yes.
If that's the case, you've started. Let's carry on with these dialogues. But let them not be just dialogues. Let them be another D, decisions. Let's decide. Yes, you are right. There might be other parts of this, heritage, the arts and culture that want to mold in a way that we can promote and market.
Yeah.
That is what I'm saying. It is very important that we start these dialogues to take decisions. You as the microwaves, us as the ovens.
Yeah.
Are you there? So immediately when we have this, what I called also, the gathering of stones.
Yes.
And we should be showing you, in those dialogues, this is where we threw stones. We should be walking with you to gather those stones, to build this heritage and reconstruct it, so that then it can then be promoted and be preserved.
So the first step should really be coming from the top to help the
What will be
people
your top?
on the ground. Your top being from government, as you say, Jorge.
I said the government must give us space,
Yeah.
and that space must be a political space, and even support it economically. They must not just support corruption. And I didn't say that. Really, they must not. No, Zondo Commission is not our heritage.
No.
Maybe some of the things, if we had looked after our history and heritage and values, maybe we've not even got into Zondo Commission. Maybe. I usually say, we never had a word called corruption, bribery, and all. Some of the things, if you've done something to me and give me this buckle, morona in your appreciation.
Yes.
That is why we bona kgosi, we bona ka kgomo.
Yes.
And those things are moreki.
Today it's called corruption.
You see, we have given Zondo a job. Huh? And all I'm saying, instead of that Zondo Commission, we should be sitting down and having our own African commission that does not deal with, but explaining some of these things. So there must be political willingness up there. That, isn't that?
Hey. Kitchescope.
I'm sure. Wait a king. Sorry about that. But where I'm coming from, I'm trying to say, first part, political willingness from the side of our government, which is our government is black. Then after that, and actually by their supporting those kinds of dialogues and being willing to even take it into education, after we have had the dialogues and agreed that this is our heritage, and not government deleting and diluting our heritage days. Not doing that. And they must, and again, give space to you as young people. Give space to us in the media and say, lift up these things, what you call myths, in our heritage, and demystify some of those things. Then we are going somewhere. Then we are starting to correct this. And it's not going to be easy because we lost it. And remember that we even lost our history and heritage even during the time of apartheid. Because our education was depriving us that. So when we thought now the black government was going to bring it up and clean it up, no, they continued to even distort it further. So you have a heavy responsibility. However, there must be also, we now speak of urban, rural, and all that. That in itself, that divide is killing us. And that divide was an apartheid divide. And we still promoted it further. You understand? That is the truth that must also come up. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that divide is the divide that I called the divide that we need now to start gathering stones and saying, this is how we are going to move on. And I challenge you.
Have those conversations.
Strong ones. And they must be friendly, frank, and firm. 3 F's. I know that I know that sometimes I speak like I'm rapping. I work with young people, so they make me rap.
Okay.
And sometimes they make, what is this thing of putting trousers here?
Oh, no. Are you also in fashion?
Yes. and then kishapa kish, you know. and I go to after tears. Yeah, Kinali. Okay, that's not heritage. All I'm saying, I wish to say to your audience, really, and the message that we must take across.
Sure.
At political level, political willingness. Us, as older generation and all that, should be willing to dialogue with our young people to work out those myths. And then from there, government must, and the private sectors also must be able to fund the process of correcting this in the media, in the media space, in schools, you know, even in clubs.
Even in clubs.
Yeah. But you see, there's a problem because you guys spend a lot of your time in clubs more than in the classrooms, and spend a lot of time in the bedroom instead of the boardroom. And there's a problem. That in itself, it shows how much we've lost of ourselves. Huh? What happened is in Yabin, in the Eastern Cape.
Yeah, sad one.
It is not in our culture and values to have a child not at home at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's another argument, another day.
Another day.
Yeah.
Another day.
But then, please, my summary is really this, that let's start dialoguing. Let's start conversing. Let's start, our approach though should be an appreciative inquiry approach, not a pointing of fingers. And then get our government in, supporting that process. And being the decision that must be taken is that how do we take what comes out of the dialogues into some form of a program.
You mentioned that you also host some conversations.
Yes.
Type of conversations.
Yes.
If one were to be interested in joining them.
Yeah. As June 16 Development Foundation, we have 3 programs. June 16 Youth, June 16 Education Trust, and then June 16 Development Enterprise. The YDF, Youth Development Fund, works out a lot of conversations. We have children's conversations. We have youth conversations. We have leaders conversations. And then we have intergenerational dialogues. And all of them are based on a theme that says building values-driven communities, values-driven families. And those are the things then that come in that now. Our values do not allow this. Yeah. And our heritage and our history doesn't allow this. And we hold these, depending on, like this month, on September. We're talking heavily on issues, heritage. Yeah. The day itself, we are not just going to be having dressed up, eating heavily, and no, we're starting with a conversation, with a dialogue as to what was that day, what happened on that day, the originality of that day. Then maybe in the evening we can talk heritage, but heritage evening. But during the day we're talking the meaning of the day.
Yeah. For viewers that might actually probably be interested in joining the conversation.
Easy. You go into email. It's June 16 ydf at gmail.com. Okay. June 16 ydf at gmail.com. Yes. Okay. And then you'll get all that information there. And then, Peter, I have just missed up. Then we've got also our communications person called Pimelo.
Yes.
He will be able to answer you.
All right. Thank you so much.